Hey guys, it's Natalie. Welcome back to my channel, Living the Oil Life. Today is Let's Talk Thursday, and we are talking about 8 reasons why you need to be careful about the toothpaste that you use. What's the big deal with toothpaste? And some people say, well, I'm just brushing my teeth and I'm spitting it out. Well, are you really? Because if you think about it, you're brushing your teeth, and we're supposed to brush our teeth for what, 2 to 3 minutes, or sing the ABC song twice. So that means you have that toothpaste in your mouth for 2 to 3 minutes. You're brushing it, you're putting it on your gums, on your tongue, on the roof of your mouth, and you're just swishing it everywhere, and that is getting absorbed into your bloodstream. So you're not just spitting it out. And if it has 90% absorption, whatever's in your toothpaste, you are getting in your mouth and in your bloodstream and in your cells. That could be a problem. And so other people say, well, it's just a little bit. I only use a little bit of toothpaste. Well, okay, yeah, you only use a little bit of toothpaste, but you use a little bit of toothpaste 2 to 3 times a day, every day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, and how many years you live, that adds up to be a lot. So whatever you're putting in your mouth, you're getting into your bloodstream. So that's why I thought it was important to talk about toothpaste. So I think I need to put this down before I hurt myself. What I did is I went to the store and I took pictures of, I think it's 5 different toothpastes. I just picked them off the shelf and I just took pictures of them. One is a popular store brand, and then the rest are names that you would typically know. Anybody knows them. They may even be in your household. I don't know. And one is also a natural one that is a very popular brand. They all had most of these chemicals in common. They were all in there, and what really concerned me was where it said to call poison control if more than used to brush your teeth was swallowed. Okay, so how much does that mean? If I use a pea size to brush my teeth, and if I swallowed 2 pea sizes of toothpaste, do I call poison control? Or do I call it, if I do 4 pea size serving sizes of toothpaste? I mean, I'm like, I don't understand. Why do I have to have poison control number on my toothpaste box? If I drink too much orange juice, I don't have to call poison control. If I eat too much yogurt, I don't have to call poison control. There's no number on there for that. There's no number on it for milk. There's no number on it for eggs. There's no way to call poison control. Why does it have to be on our toothpaste? I don't understand that. So I went ahead, so let me get back. I took pictures of this and I came home and I looked up some of the ingredients, and I wanted to share what I found with you. So number 1 is fluoride. Now this is controversial, and I'm not saying you should have it, you shouldn't have it. That's something that you have to decide for your family. But the one thing that I did find is that they consider fluoride to be unsafe in large quantities. Now again, what constitutes a large quantity? If I'm sitting down with friends to eat pizza and I eat 3 slices of pizza, that's a large quantity to me. But my friend Joe next to me, he can eat 6 pieces of pizza, and that's large to him. So 6 pieces of pizza for me, I would probably be throwing up, but for him, he doesn't after 3. So what constitutes a large amount? I don't understand that. And is it the same for little people and big people, babies and, older people? It doesn't say. It just says large quantities. Or it can be considered unsafe if used consistently. Okay, consistently. Now, we brush our teeth pretty consistently. You put the toothpaste on your toothbrush 2 to 3 times a day. That's consistent to me. So to me, fluoride is a huge no-no for me. Number 2 is hydrated silica. Now that is not really dangerous in itself, but it is basically sand. It's a form of sand, which I don't know if I really want to be putting sand in my mouth. I don't know. But it can over time wear the enamel off of your teeth. So that's just something to think about if you're using toothpaste a lot. And somebody else said that they were reading that hydrated silica, if you rehydrate it, right? Yeah, if you make it wet again, that it is the gel that is found in like pepperoni packs and stuff like that as a preservative. But I was reading that the toothpaste, the hydrated silica that is used in toothpaste is actually like a food grade or pharmaceutical grade. So I'm not quite sure what the difference is, but to me, I don't think we need it in there. The next one is glycerin. Now, glycerin is basically a natural product, and it's okay usually, but you need to be careful of it, especially if it's not a vegetable glycerin, because what happens is it can coat the teeth and it makes a barrier because glycerin helps to keep the moisture in, but that means that if it's coating your teeth, you can't get the minerals in your teeth that are needed to help your teeth stay strong and to grow. So that can be an issue, and it can also throw off the acidic balance in your mouth. And then the big one for me is triclosan. I could not believe when I went to the store that companies were still using triclosan in their toothpaste. Now, triclosan is an antibacterial agent, and it is an environmental toxin. It is banned in other countries, but it's not banned here for some reason. And it is in most of our hand sanitizers, which they're supposed to be taking it out. But when you put that hand sanitizer on your hand that has triclosan in it, and you go out in the sun, it immediately becomes a carcinogenic agent. And you're putting it in your mouth. And we have a 90% absorption rate in our mouth, which means you're getting triclosan in your body. That's a no-no to me. So that could be on your label. The next one is flavoring, and like fragrances, flavoring can be a trade secret, and so they don't necessarily have to tell you what is in their flavoring agents. Now, it could have peppermint oil, lemon oil, rosemary oil. It could have a little asterisk on there and say that it has an oil in there or an extract or something like that. Well, that's great. It's natural, but how did they get it? Did they use a solvent to get that oil? Did they use alcohol to get that oil? How did they get the oil, and where did the oil come from? Is it a natural oil or is it a synthetic oil? Something to think about. And then the flavorings can also be artificial sweeteners, which we know are terrible for you. Some of them had saccharide, some of them had aspartame in them, and we know that those are hormone disruptors. They can cause fatigue, they can cause dizziness, they can cause headaches, they can cause all kinds of issues. And so some of them you really need to be careful of what the flavoring is. The next one is dyes. Dyes is a huge one. That's what makes your toothpaste pretty, because it has to be pretty to brush our teeth. We can't have plain toothpaste. But we know that food dyes, FD and C, can cause behavioral and learning issues. It has been proven. It has been proven, and I know several children that have issues with food dyes. Did you know that FD and C dyes can be coal or petroleum based? Something to think about. And they can be absorbed. They can be absorbed in the body, and they go into the blood, the brain, and the cell. They can cause allergic reactions. They can cause asthma attacks, and they can cause lack of concentration and fatigue. Those are just the dyes. Dyes that make it a pretty toothpaste, make it the green, make it the yellow, make it the red, whatever color it is. That's in your toothpaste, that's getting in your mouth, that's getting in your bloodstream, in your kids' bloodstream. Think about that. Another one is DEA, which I forgot what that's called. It's diethylene or something like that. I can't remember what that is for, but it is in some of the toothpaste, and that has been known to disrupt hormones. So we're affecting our hormones when we're brushing our teeth. That's not a good thing. Big one for me is the sodium lauryl sulfate. That's what gives it the foaming effect. And for some reason, our brains think when they see suds that it's cleaning, but it's not the suds that are cleaning. It doesn't do a thing. So the suds are basically there for looks and to trick your brain into saying, oh, guess what? We're brushing our teeth, so it's getting clean because it's all foamy, but it's not. But sodium lauryl sulfate can be corrosive to your teeth. It can be a skin irritant. It can be also retained in the eye, in the liver, in the brain, and in our heart tissues. I had no idea about that. I didn't know that. And if you think about it, a lot of sodium lauryl sulfate is in our soaps, our shampoos, our conditioners, things like that. Almost everything has SLS in it, and it's terrible for you, and it's not needed in your toothpaste. So those are the 8 things that I wanted you to be aware of that is in your toothpaste. You have to read the labels. Even if you're buying natural toothpaste that says natural, you have to read the labels and see what it is in there. Now, of course, I have switched to the Young Living toothpaste and I love it. A lot of people can't use it or can't get past the fact that it doesn't suds, because that's what we're used to. We're working off years of having that suds effect and thinking that if it doesn't suds, that means our teeth aren't getting clean, but that's just not the truth. Now we have 4 different ones. We have the Kid Sense, which I have not tried that, but I know several families that do. Some love it, some don't love it. Some parents love it more than they love the other toothpaste, so that they use the Kid Sense. We also have the Dentarum Alta, which I thought I had an extra tube of it, but I don't. And we have the Dentarum Plus. Now I may get this backwards, but I believe the Dentarum Alta is the one that kind of has that baking soda taste to it, and I really did like that. And then the Dentarum Plus is the one that kind of has that mouthwashy, Listerine-y taste to it, which I really was not a big fan of that. I used it, but I don't like that Listerine-y taste in my toothpaste. I just don't like that. But this is a really good, but I like the Ulta better because I like that baking soda feel. And then this one is my very, very favorite, and this is the Thieves Aroma Bright. And again, no chemicals, no dyes, no sodium lauryl sulfate, nothing like that. It is just natural, natural, natural. I love it. There's no poison control number on here because you don't have to worry about it if you have just a little too much or not. There's no poison control because there's no chemicals in it. But it has peppermint, spearmint, clove, ocotea, cinnamon, lemon, rosemary, and I think that's it for the oils in it. Like I said, it doesn't suds, and that's what you really have to get used to. If you can push through like probably the first week, I would say, if you can push through that, you are going to love it, I hope. But when you get it, I will tell you, I will give you a tip. When you open it, it does come with the little pull tabby thing. So you have to pull that off, but before you do, go ahead and just give it a real good shake, because I don't know if you can hear it. You probably can't hear it, but it's not as thick as toothpaste is. And with the oils and everything in it, you want to shake it up and what was I going to say? You need to shake it up and mix it up a little bit. But here is the consistency of the toothpaste. See, it's not as thick. But I love it, and I love the taste. And I will say, since I've used the Thieves, the toothpaste and the mouthwash in the morning, my mouth doesn't have that cakey feeling that you get in the morning. That's real, that feeling like get me a toothbrush. I don't have that anymore. And in the afternoon, I don't have that coated feeling in my mouth that I used to get a lot of times. I don't have that anymore by using the toothpaste. So I love it. So that is it for my Let's Talk Thursday. Make sure you are checking your labels on toothpaste if you are not using Young Living or a natural toothpaste. But do the research for yourself and find out what is best for your family. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, so you can get notifications of more videos like this and my must-have Mondays and my unboxings and things like that. And you can check out those videos also. So that's it, guys. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of the day and weekend. Keep living the oil life, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.